Imagine being a TikTok influencer with nearly 3 million followers and still needing to steal someone's husband. So much so that you end up getting sued by the wife for interfering with her marriage. That is what happened, you guys, in the story about Brenay Kennard versus Akira Montague. Now, as you know, this story went viral on TikTok, but a lot of people jumped in the middle of the story and they're asking for a breakdown of who these people are and what this case came about. So I'm going to give you guys a breakdown from beginning to end as how I've seen it go down, the facts from the court case, and all that's happened, you guys. So let's get into it. I can't stand to see you cry. It's just another lie in your book. You know I want you by my side from the... Brenay Kennard is a popular TikTok influencer. As I already mentioned, she has about 2.9 million followers on TikTok. And y'all are probably like, how did she get these followers on TikTok? I know that when I came across her page back in 2020, it was due to the fact that she had these extremely large, long nails with all these charms on them, and people were asking her questions about, are your hands heavy? Are you this? Are you that? X, Y, and Z with these nails, okay? What's important to know about this whole case is that all these people involved went to high school together. They all went to high school together. Now they're adults. And in this story, Tim was once married to Akira, okay? They also were kind of high school sweethearts. Brenay always allegedly had a crush on Tim. Now, it's alleged that at some point in time, Brenay and Tim got together in high school and she had got pregnant and then there was an alleged abortion. We don't know how true that is, but that's what people have stated online, okay? I do know this. Tim had a cousin. Tim's cousin's name was Devin. Now, it's said that Devin didn't have any experience when it came to relationships, women, sex, anything like that in high school. And so Tim wanted to hook his cousin up, allegedly. So he introduced his cousin, Devin, to Brenay. Brenay and Devin ended up getting married. Now, as I mentioned, Tim and Devin are cousins. Fast forward to today, okay? Now, this story takes place in North Carolina. As I've already mentioned, these people have known each other for a long period of time, okay? High school on. And at some point in time, it's alleged that Brenay looks at Devin and is like, hey, we should do content creation together. We should do couples content creation together. Matter of fact, we should go get this couple, your cousin Tim and his wife, and we should do couples content together. So these two couples, they start hanging out. They start going places together, start filming together. And Tim allegedly becomes Brenay's manager, you guys. And with all of that happening, we all know that an affair starts to take place. Now, this affair began right underneath the noses of their other spouses, Akira and Devin. Okay, so Brenay had told Akira basically that she felt that Devin was abusing her. And Tim was really pushing for Brenay to stay with Akira and Tim. So they allowed her to stay in their home. Akira and Tim allowed Brenay to come stay in their home. And as she was staying in their home, apparently Akira had stated that she had felt uncomfortable because she felt like Brenay was always trying to include herself in things that were happening between Tim and Akira. Akira stated that she would go to bed like around 8 something and wake up at like around 11, and Tim would not be in the bed with her. He would be in the den with the door closed with Brenay. The signs were there. Okay, so Akira wants Brenay to leave her home. Akira stated that she asked Brenay to leave her own, but Brenay had said, no, Tim wants me there. I don't know who's bold enough to tell me they're not leaving my home because they said my husband said that they could stay here. But if you don't get on this house, you got to go. So yeah, this is when this affair began. Okay, so during this time, this affair was going on. Devin apparently said that Devin had alleged that he had heard Brenay and Tim sleeping together before, and apparently, Brenay comes home and tells Devin that she does not want to be with him anymore. She wants to be with Tim. He says, I don't believe you. Prove it. And apparently, Brenay brought Tim into their home and they slept together. That's when Devin was done. Okay? So, now we fast forward to now, you guys. Fast forward to today. Akira files a lawsuit claiming alienation of affection and criminal conversation. Now, these two things can allow for you to sue a third party that interferes with a marriage. So she's claiming that Brenay knowingly engaged in an affair with Tim. The affair took place in their marital home. Their public and online interference contributes to the breakdown of their marriage. Okay, I got my notes over here, you guys, because it's a lot. It's a lot going on. So the court trial takes place over the course of like the first 2 weeks of November. And so much has come out, you guys, that was disturbing in this case. If you didn't think that the case was already disturbing by the fact that she slept with her husband's cousin, it just gets a whole lot worse. It gets a whole lot worse. Akira gets on the stand and she claims she suffers emotional distress, health issues, and family disruption. She's claiming that the relationship between Brenay and Tim destroyed affection in her marriage and caused irreparable harm to her. Now, Brenay gets up there and she claims in court that the marriage between Akira and Tim was already ending. She said that Akira allegedly consented to their relationship. Any affection lost in the marriage wasn't Brenay's doing. So basically Brenay is saying, you guys' marriage was already over. Y'all was already having problems and issues. It had nothing to do with me. Came to you. You said that it was okay. It was fine. All this stuff starts coming out in court. They're stating that, you know, they find out that the way that Akira found out about the affair that was going on, it wasn't all the signs that were happening in her home. Apparently, the way that she found out is that she got on her computer to do her taxes, and she ends up seeing all these files that Brenay has sent to Tim between the two. Like, there's nude images, nasty talk, and all this stuff. And Akira claimed that she was sick to her stomach when she found out about this. Not only that, but it's alleged that Devin, you know, he had found out about it. He ended up calling Akira and said, hey, like, you know, this been going on. Now, with all the findings that have happened in this trial, it's just a lot, you guys, to discover that Akira said that she would find like teeth around her home. A lot of people online are like, that's witchcraft and things like that. I don't want to get into the spooky ooky of it all, but like that's what they're saying. They're saying that, you know, Brenay and Tim were physically intimate, and after being physically intimate together, Brenay actually called Akira's child allegedly into the room and asked the child to give her some wipes because she had just finished being intimate with their father. So that's disgusting. That's disgusting. We also found out on the witness stand that during the time that Brenay and Tim were together, Akira was still sleeping with Tim, because legally that was still her husband. People were saying, oh, you were still sleeping with him, after you found out that he was messing with Brenay, X, Y, and Z. Legally, that's still her husband. In my personal opinion, I completely understand her, because when you are emotionally connected to somebody, you've married this person, you've given your body to this person, you've got children by this person, y'all got a house together, all this stuff. I personally believe she was like, I can save my marriage. I personally believe that. Some people were like, you wrong because you was letting him sleep with you and Brenay and da-da-da-da-da. Listen, that's her business, X, Y, and Z. Tim got on the stand and he lied and said that he never loved Akira and all this stuff. But it comes out that he actually treated Akira like a queen. Everything that she wanted, he would do for her. Flowers for no reason, spoiling her, all these things. All these things were coming out on the stand, you guys. And in the end, Akira actually ended up winning this trial. Now, Akira actually ended up ending this case, you guys. She ended up winning $1.75 million, okay? I don't know about y'all, but if y'all live in the state of North Carolina and your spouse is cheated, take them to court, baby, because you can get some money out of this. It's only a few states that you can actually sue a third party for a whole like adultery situation. And I think personally that we should bring this back. The reason why this case blew up online is because it involved an influencer, okay? It involved a popular influencer. As I said in the beginning, 2.9 million people follow her. Now, she's claimed since this whole case has popped off and Akira has won that Akira won't be seeing a dime of that money, okay? But here's the thing. When you have things like this happen, if you do not like comply, you can go ahead and get like liens placed on your account for not paying the person who won. You can also have things filed where they can motion for your home allegedly to be sold because you're not complying. All these things, she can like still push that. And people are saying, oh, you guys are just gonna make Brenay more popular, X, Y, and Z. She might not have 1.75 million to give. People who watch her, they're gonna let her get it, and she's gonna have to give it to Akira because the things that she did was just disgusting and sick. You not only broke one heart, you broke two. Actually, you broke four, because not only did you break your ex-husband's Devin's heart, you broke Akira's heart and you broke Tim's children's heart. They don't have their father in their home anymore because of you. So, hey, you guys, that's the story of Akira versus Brenay. And in January, we're going to have a lot more to cover because Devin is actually suing Tim as well, you guys. So we're going to get into some things. I can't stand to see you cry. It's just another